Assalamu alaikum students. How are you all? Hope you all are very fine. Children, in today's session, I am going to start your new chapter 8, that is air, winds and cyclones. Now, let us see what do you mean by air, wind and cyclone. Children, you are seeing here air. This is the body of air that surrounds our planet Earth. Air is a non-living component of Earth. The air sphere of the Earth is called as atmosphere. Now let us see what is a wind. The air around us is rarely still. It moves continuously from one direction to another. The movement is in many directions. This is what we call winds. So we know that the moving air in many directions is called as wind. Now let us see what is cyclone. Cyclones may be caused due to wind traveling at high speed due to difference in air pressure. Children, let us see here a simple activity to find air. Take a bucket full of water and a transparent glass. Take a paper, crumple it. Crumple means crush so that it becomes creased and wrinkled. Crumple it into a ball and push it to the bottom of the glass. Now invert this glass and immerse it into the bucket of water. Keep the glass straight and press it so that the glass is completely underwater. Take it out, observe what happened. Now, did the paper in the glass wet or not, children? Yes, you know. The paper in the glass do not get wet. Why? What is the reason? As already air is present inside the glass. The air cannot allow water to come through it. So now the paper didn't get wet. If the glass if you have tilted, then we can see that the paper had become wet. Now let us go for another very small activity. So for that, fill a bucket with water. Take a bottle with a narrow mouth and immerse it in the bucket till it fills with water. Did something come out of the bottle when water entered it? Yes, we can see the bubbles coming out of the bottle. How do you know whether something came out or not? Yes, we can see the air inside the bottle coming out in the form of bubbles. You can see in figure 2b that the bubbles are coming out. So the air that is present in the empty bottle, now it is moving out of the empty bottle. Now in the place of air, now the water is going inside it. Now we see another small activity. What are the steps needed to use a dropper? So now let us see the steps. In step 1, first we have to apply pressure on rubber bulb head of the filler by pressing it. In step 2, while pressing the rubber bulb, the filler is to be kept in the fluid like you are seeing in the second picture. Now step 3, when it is immersed in the fluid, we have to reduce the pressure on the rubber bulb. Then fluid enters the filler easily. Now let us see how air exerts pressure. So children, you know that a bicycle tube or tube of any other vehicle can burst when it is overfilled with air. How does this happen? What does the excess air do to the tube? Now we see with a small example. Take a balloon and fill it with air. Keep blowing more and more air into it. What would eventually happen, children? The balloon expands and after a point it bursts. So we can understand that air exerts some pressure. Now why the balloon had burst? Because of pressure of air. We can say examples where air exerts pressure. The tubes of a cycle, scooter, car, and a balloon being filled with air, and also the air filled football that becomes hot, and also in water rising through a hand pump. These are the examples where we can see that the air exerts pressure. Children, we continue our lesson in our next session. Up to that, be happy. Allah Hafiz.